Hi, welcome back. It's not looking like a good market at all. The Sensex is down over 200 odd points, and as we've been telling you, the big gash really is taking place in the mid-cap space. But the real estate sector is on our radar right now. Commercial space is seeing some strong activity, which usually precedes the residential pickup, at least in the micro markets of cities like Bangalore, Chennai and Pune. Irfan Razack, the chairman and managing director of Prestige Estates, joins us now. Mr. Razack, good morning. Happy New Year to you, and thank you so much for joining us on our channel. I wanted to first start by asking you about the liquidity crisis, whether it has ebbed and whether things are picking up, because the last time we spoke with you, the mood was a bit cautious.
Yeah, I mean, things are, as usual, normal. Of course, having said that, obviously, people who are doing well, and wherever there is, for good projects, there's always money available. And I believe so far we've been pretty cautious and also pretty conservative in whatever we are doing. And at the same time, a lot of our capex projects are under construction, and we seem to be pretty comfortable on the liquidity side.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Razack. We want to make this a sector discussion more because of the backdrop in which we are speaking. We have just seen a very large group saying that it is unable to pay back debt, and a lot of mutual funds are holding that debt. Mutual funds were servicing NBFC companies. NBFC companies were servicing real estate companies. Now, that problem of October appears to be just rearing its head. It may not be that serious, but it looks bad that IL&FS problem is now getting replaced by probably a Z problem. We don't know. That's why I'm asking you, is money hard to come by? Not for the good groups. I mean for a majority of the realty sector.
I think people should have corrected their sights immediately when they saw all this happening. And basically, I think a lot of dependence from debt should move to dependence from internal accrual, sales, because there is a lot of inventory in the market, whoever's producing it. Now, the focus, I think, has shifted into see how each one can liquidate their own stock, bring in the liquidity into the system, and then work that towards churning their projects. Yes, there is some dependence, but I think over-dependence on NBFCs, over-dependence on debt or banks is not a good sign. And I believe what it will do is it will cool down the entire activity, and the aggressiveness of the market may disappear. But the only thing is people who are doing business professionally and they're able to liquidate their stocks, they will be pretty comfortable. There may be a bit of a pain, but then that pain is, I think, can be survived.
Sure. Commercial real estate is the only bright spot, it seems. JLL put out a report where they said that the net leasing of office space went up 16% in 2018. What is your own estimate of how much Prestige could do in terms of leasing growth? What's your target for the full year? And how is demand in general?
Yeah, demand for commercial is doing extremely well. That's the reason when I say when commercial leasing is doing well, that means there is job creation happening, and job creation happens, residential sales have to follow. So it's a corollary. So, but at the moment, the happy news is not only commercial leasing is doing well, vacancy levels are near zero, but the rents also are firming up. In fact, the rents have gone northwards, which has given a lot of cheer and joy to all the companies who are in the commercial leasing space, including us. And that gives a fairly decent return on investments. And overall, whatever we are churning out, whatever we are building is sort of spoken for. I don't know how long this party also will last, so it's always better to balance yourself. It's always better to look a little more into the future and see where the demand is going to come from, instead of just doing, again, building mindlessly. I believe if we balance ourselves properly, build in the right location, the right product, commercial leasing also is there to stay. There's a lot of demand, and this demand is getting sustained with good rentals.
Okay. In that case, I mean, since you can't give us a guidance for the moment, Can you give us an idea, whether you will slow down for the second half and for FY20 before you really, press on the accelerator? Is that there is unsold inventory in the market, especially in residential?
No, there's no question of slowing down as such, but the thing is we need to balance ourselves properly. And as you wanted an estimate of rental income that our company is looking at, we are looking at something like 2,000 crores by 2020, which is easily doable because there are several properties under production. And all these are sort of spoken for or sort of a pre-lease deal term sheet being signed. So that's the good part of it. Along with it, also retail is doing well. Retail as in malls, and that whatever malls we are managing and right now doing it's actually trading extremely well.
Mr. Razack, are there discounts being offered? You yourself admitted that there are troubled groups and therefore unsold inventory in residential. So are discounts being offered by you or by other groups?
No, it's generally, it's business as usual, so a lot of developers are resorting to very innovative methods. The discounts may not be actually, the real ones in the sense, but they are very innovative methods in which the product is being sold. Many offers are there, like buy now, pay later, take possession, and then if you are happy, you can pay for it later. Those types of deals are there in the market, which were never there before. That just shows, and again, I would like to say, I'd like to qualify this. The mid-income group is just doing fantastic. Where there is a bit of a stress is in the luxury segment, and even in the luxury segment, if you have the right location, there's no problem. But there is the 2 crores and above in Bangalore city, say going up to 5-10 crores, there is a bit of a pressure. And so there's different methods of liquidating inventory are being resorted to.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's good for the consumer, and the consumer is lapping that up.
Okay, well, we hope that this
opportunity.
Sure, we hope that at least the commercial vehicle space, the commercial real estate space growth continues. Although residential demand is still muted. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us your views. That's a snapshot of what's happening in the real estate sector. By the way, no recovery in the market at all. Sensex is still down over 200 odd points.